It's June 26th. It's Dave and Jay's Powerbomb, and we just watched AEW Saturday Night, the only show where we give Zangief spinning pile drivers to our young boys. Why haven't any of you replied yet? Is it because we hurt them all every time we do the,
our ad for Young Boys?
Yeah.
Anyone except for Hook Taz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's answered that yet, Jay.
But people are disappointing. We need young boys.
On with the show. So, on his way to the arena outside, Sammy Guevara gets sneak attacked by Sean Spears of a chair. They're keeping it going with the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle, Jay.
They're just going to keep dragging this out just to piss me off. But
Yeah.
you know what? Oh, beautiful. They got muscles. Yeah!
Well, we got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Hangman Adam Page in the first match. Got Taz doing color commentary, unfortunately. And Hobbs is targeting that arm early of Hangman's. You know, Hangman likes to employ that buckshot lariat, so he's targeting that arm.
It's a great strategy. Too bad you're on Team Taz. We don't give a fuck, Will Hobbs.
That's right. Then Hangman's busted open. It's like the top of his head or something. So, like, his hair's turning all red.
Yeah, when
of
he
the
got
blood.
when he got thrown in the corner, it looked like he made just enough contact with the post there.
I don't know if we'll be able to find a shot of the blood or not, but we'll figure it out. But then there's a distraction. Dirty Hook Taz and Ricky Starks come out with the FTW title, Brian Cage's fake title. And then Brian Cage runs out and beats up Ricky Starks outside the ring. And this allows, what's going on to Team Taz situation, Jay?
It's a feel-good kind of moment watching that piece of trash team fall apart because you know what? Will Hobbs, you can do so much better. And we're not even going to talk about you, Hook Hat, whatever your name
Taz,
is.
Yeah.
Man,
Nepotism.
yeah, Brian Cage there, man. Brian Cage and Will Hobbs is a tag team.
Brian Cage just needs to get away from this dirty dirty Team Taz situation, and it'll happen. Wrestling time moves slow, right? So we'll get there. But yeah, this enables Hangman to hit a very impressive German suplex on the big man Powerhouse Hobbs. And then he's able to hit that dead eye, like the sit down kind of inverted pile driver. Gets the pin. So the unofficial leader of the Dark Order, Hangman Adam Page, gets the win against Powerhouse Hobbs, just like we thought, right?
Like who's going to beat Hangman Adam Page?
Not right now.
I'm sure he's the face, but you know what? He's the face of the Dark Order, and that's why even us heels like trashy me, who's just so much more handsome than all you chuds, choose to follow great people.
Well, speaking of great people, we got some backstage words from the Bucks. Got Cutler behind them there. Every time Cutler tries to talk, shut up, Brandon. And the Bucks remind us that they're the EVPs, not the executive vice presidents, but extremely violent people, Jay.
They're great people to look up to, especially considering that they are Christian AF. It just shows you the moralities of people that you should look up to. And the Young Bucks are that pinnacle of that group.
Yeah, Young Bucks pulling ahead in the Bullet Club. And then next week, we got the Young Bucks going up against Penta, Zero Miedo, and Eddie Kingston. I'm not sure if it's for the title or not, but they're fighting anyway. But
the Young Bucks had a great point. It's just like where you could just put a couple of trashy guys together. You think you're going to become champions? You think you're going to beat the Young Bucks?
Why does Eddie Kingston keep getting title shots, man? It's effed up.
That is a strange thing. Maybe he was a young boy.
That's what happened to him?
Possibly.
So then we got Tully Anderson and Konnan, a.k.a. K-Dog from WCW, and they're in the ring there, Tony Schiavone, and they're having a gentleman's discussion, Jay, and I guess it's going to be Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz versus FTR in the near future. They're setting up for that. Then Santana and Ortiz come out there to support Konnan.
You mean those Santana Ortiz with the really pale hands all of a sudden?
Yeah, you noticed that. You said their hands are too white. And then they take off their gear, and it's those dirty FTR guys. And on the big screen, Santana and Ortiz are laid out backstage.
You know what? I just when I saw this happen, I'm like, Konnan, I'm like, is he representing the cartel and being Tony's or Tully's, new connection?
New connect of his scandalous behavior, his scandalous habits, if you will.
I know. Sorry, but we have to keep bringing this up.
And then what happens here? Oh yeah, so FTR dress up as proud and powerful, and then I can't even. Oh yeah, and then they hit a spike pile driver on Konnan. So Konnan takes the spike pile driver, and then the next match.
Good job. You did it well.
The next match. We got Dante Martin from Top Flight. I guess his tag team partner's been injured for quite some time now. And he's going up against Matt Sydal. But before Sydal can come to the ring, Vicky Guerrero comes out there.
Oh, man. I was in the kitchen, and I hear, excuse me, and I'm like, wow, did you just ruin Matt Sydal's entrance? I'm like,
And then it's not the Prime Minister of El Salvador, but it's Andrade El Idolo. And I thought he was going to have the match against Dante Martin, but he has a suit on and stuff, so I was like, he can't wrestle in no suit.
Well, you got to look good no matter where you go when you are the man that every man in Latin America should look up to and strive to be.
Hey, you heard it from Jay here, guys. And this is a high-flying match. They're doing lots of high-flying aerial maneuvers, lots of kicks and knee strikes. But at the end... the veteran, Matt Sydal, is able to hit his finishing move, the lightning spiral, kind of like some corkscrew neck breaker swinging thing, and he gets the pin and the win. So Team Ayahuasca prevails yet again.
Good job. You beat a man who's probably upset because his partner's in the hospital.
Yeah, he's probably really upset.
Hey, I'm just trying to be, put out heel points, okay?
And then we got Jungle Boy. He's backstage. He's got his big title shot against Kenny Omega in the main event tonight. And Christian Cage comes up to him, just gives him a little veteran advice. Tells him, it's your moment to shine, kid. Make it count.
Yeah. You okay?
No. Okay. And then we got words from Jade Cargill and her lawyer Mark Sterling, and they're selling T-shirts at shopaew.com, and I guess these T-shirts are selling better than the Marco Stunt T-shirts.
Well, that's kind of not hard, and it's kind of hilarious because all the triple XL are sold out, and I guess they're pointing out that some of you wrestling fans may have an obesity problem. Being from the United States, I don't know what that's about. I never see it in the audience when I watch. I've never made fun of the audience.
I don't judge books by their covers.
And you know what? I can say these things right now because none of you will go back and pull any video clips of me saying that the audience of AEW are just a bunch of ugly chuds.
Oh boy. Alright, and speaking of shopaew.com, I guess they've just released, or they're releasing very soon, their official replica AEW titles. So I'm looking forward to that. I might throw down 800 American on a title.
He will.
Yeah.
He will. He's a fool.
I have the cash. Alright, and then we got some backstage words from MJF and the Pinnacle. And they're talking about punching Dean. MJF's talking about what he did to Dean Malenko last week.
Well, Dean Malenko just kind of shouldn't have been there or gotten in the way, considering all of his medical conditions and stuff like that. Like, why? When you're out there with MJF and you have these medical conditions, of course he's going to be better than you.
In the words of JR, he's a 60-year-old man with Parkinson's disease, goddammit! Alright, and so MJF's not afraid to punch a 60-year-old with Parkinson's. And then this sets up the Jericho Hagar. They've had enough, so they jump MJF and those Pinnacle boys backstage. The action's hot and heavy. It goes into the ring. Pinnacle gained the other hand, and they're about to break Jericho's arm again. They got his arm laid out on the mat, and they got that steel chair. But then out of nowhere, Sammy Guevara returns, and he takes a chair to Wardlow, and then to Shawn Spears, and then he grabs the mic, and he's telling everyone that they chose the wrong guy. They chose the wrong guy to be on all those action figures and those
You're not
posters. That guy. MJF is the wrong guy. Sammy is that guy. He's going to prove it next week. It's Sammy versus MJF in the main event next week, Jay.
When you're just talking about this match, Dave, what do you mean by hot and heavy?
There's like the action. There's two men getting it on, hot and heavy.
I just want to clarify.
So then, speaking of men's men, we got Miro backstage, and he's praying because he's God's favorite champion.
Can we just take a moment and actually pray for Miro? Can you lead prayer for Miro?
Dear God, please take care of your favorite champion and his hot wife, and make sure that he gets through Brian Pillman Jr. Maybe next week, next Wednesday.
And please click like and subscribe.
Yes. And so God's favorite champion, me and Jay are pretty big on him. Jay's a huge Brian Pillman fan. It's weird.
It's something about the hair.
He's not being the new champion. He's not getting past
No,
Miro
man,
on
but
Wednesday.
you know what? I'm still going to be rooting for Brian Pillman all through that match. Because Brian Pillman, I don't know why, I'm a huge fan.
He's white trash, man. Straight from the trailer park. I didn't even watch the stupid AEW documentary. I don't want to. I know what his dad was all about.
I just watched Dukes of Hazzard today, and
Then you know the full story on him. Julia Hart is, I guess, Daisy Duke. You know, she's not even a real Hart family guy person. I looked up who her dad was last week, and no, she's just some cheerleader named Hart. And they got this all mind-effed because she's coming out there, Brian Pillman Jr., has ties to the Hart family. It's a mind-eff job.
so when you looked up her dad, did that picture of me show up?
No! They don't talk about us online, Jay.
No, they only talk about us on the show or the shit we talk about.
Next match, big hometown hero, Jay and I's Ethan Page going up against Bear Bronson. Ethan Page got Scorpio Sky out there. Bear Bronson's got the other Bear Country guy out there with him. I don't know. What did they do? The Men of the Year. They double team the Bear Country guy outside the ring.
Great strategy, Mr. Page and Mr. Sky.
Ethan Page, he's a competitive guy. He's looking good out there. And near the end there, he's got the guy like on top rope. It looks like Bear Country's going for a moonsault. Then there's a distraction, which allows Ethan Page to get the low blow while Buddy's on top rope. Sound strategy. And that guy had like 150 pounds on him easy. It wasn't fair. And then like Ethan Page is a big, strong
He's
boy.
a beast,
like,
man.
He just picks him up for the Ego's Edge. He holds him up there for like 10 seconds, like this 350-pound guy.
It probably felt like an eternity.
Biffs him, man. This is crazy, man.
It was nuts.
He's putting our town on the map.
And we don't want it. This town shouldn't be on the map.
I want to get out of this town. I want to get out of this province. Oh, they screwed me and Jay Hart on the Binance this morning. I hate that shit.
Cutting that out.
No, we're not. Leaving it in. All right, so this is going to set up after the match. Ethan Page wins after the Ego's Edge. You got post-match words about Darby. He challenges Darby July 7th at the Road Rager event to a coffin match, Jay. Coffin match between Darby and Ethan Page.
There's a lot of history between those two.
Yeah, they hate each other, man. Remember when they threw him down a flight of stairs a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago?
Just, why are we even talking about Darby Allin and Ethan Page, considering about obscure matches that nobody else has ever heard about?
Darby don't want to be a young boy no more.
No?
Get worked up. Cool down. Cool it down.
You're
You're going to go Jericho mode.
Oh, I'm not ready for that yet.
All right, we got backstage words from Britt Baker and Reba Not Rebel, and they're talking about that stupid tag match coming up against Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose.
Yeah, the Beast and
Clown
the
show
Cougar.
match.
Oh, man,
Beast and the Cougar, yuck. I don't want to be the meat in that sandwich. speaking of meat and sandwiches, we got the Bunny going up against Kris Statlander. The Bunny's got the Blade with her, and Statlander's got Orange Cassidy with her. I think something's going on between Orange Cassidy and Kris Statlander, Jay.
Nothing's going on because Kris Statlander actually lives with her husband.
Yeah, I don't know what happens backstage, though, and neither does her husband. Oh, and we learned during this match that Trent is in surgery.
Get well, Trent.
We're
huge
soon.
fans of you guys.
And then we got what happens here? Oh yeah, the Bunny hits some crazy top rope German suplex onto Statlander. Like, it's pretty impressive. But then they got some brass knuckles coming out like near the end of the match, right?
Yeah.
And the Blade is paying some brass knuckles or something. But then Orange Cassidy takes the brass knuckles from the Bunny, sticks them where the sun don't shine. And then this allows Kris Statlander the opportunity to lock into Big Bang Theory onto the Bunny, which enables Statlander to get the pin and win the match. Explosive. And then there's a
Big Bang, that Bunny's little button.
However, after the match, there's a post-match beatdown by the Hardy family office onto Orange Cassidy. And then Blade takes those brass knuckles from Orange Cassidy's pocket. It was kind of non-masculine. And then punches Orange Cassidy in the face while he's being held by TH2.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy, when you're knocked out on the... You do a great job.
Yeah. He's got our most viewed video on the channel. Like, that thing's almost hitting 10,000 views.
Maybe we should give Orange Cassidy Blood Orange Cassidy Booty Clap Marathon with Jericho.
Oh, that'd be 10,000 views right there.
Easily.
But that's not tonight. But what is tonight is backstage words from QT Marshall regarding Brock Anderson and Team Nepotism. Cody Rhodes' little faction there.
Really, it's starting to... I'm not a fan of QT Marshall, but I'm really starting to see the point of why we should become fans, Dave.
I'm on his side. I'm turning on Cody. I don't like nepotism. It hurts us all.
We're on this anti-nepotism team for QT Marshall.
Yeah, and I
you don't
even
see
like
the Young
QT.
Bucks doing any nepotism, do you?
They're not the products of nepotism. They're first generation.
Yeah.
But yeah. And they're also talking about the South Beach strap match that QT is going to have against Cody in the future. I don't know when. Not a week or two.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I mean, these guys, Cody needs to move on, man. But I mean, we're losing respect for Cody. It's weird, man. Like, he's putting over like that's why Arn Anderson's been hanging out with him so long, right? Favor for a favor. Like, I'll hang out with you, and then you put my boy over. Like, yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No nepotism here.
Yeah. All right, and more nepotism. So backstage words from Brian Pillman Jr. regarding his TNT Championship match against Miro next week, I believe. And he's excited about it. Julia Hart lying about her last name, not being a real Hart family member. I don't feel good about that. Anyways, backstage, a lot of backstage words this episode. Backstage words from Eddie Kingston and Penta Zero Miedo. Regarding their match coming up against the Young Bucks, which may or may not be for the tag championship. I'm not sure.
It's just fluff.
Eddie Kingston sucks. He doesn't deserve to be in AEW. He can't make it in the land of the sports entertainers. He just needs to be dropped in his head on the Germania bingo hall circuit like 58 times and call it a life.
Why would you desecrate the wrestling birthplace of Ethan Page?
Because I got the muscles to back it up, baby.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
He's on the juice, too.
I'm on the juice. We don't test here at the Power Bomb. All right. Speaking of juiced up, we got a juiced up main event here, guys. AEW World Championship match. Will Jungle Boy be a Jungle Man this week, going up against Kenny Omega, who's draped in gold. He's got the Impact Championship, the AEW Championship, the AAA Mexican Championship. It's crazy.
It's amazing, actually.
He's out there, Don Callis and the Good Brothers. Jungle Boy's got Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus in his corner.
I thought that was -1. That was Marco. Oh, man. I haven't seen Marco Stunt in so long. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just...
This is close as
These-
Marco Stunt's ever going to get to a world championship.
These short people like a -1, Marco Stunt.
So a triple threat match: Marco Stunt, Layla Hirsch, and -1. Who would win? I'm going to say Layla Hirsch.
Yeah, totally.
All right. And so Jungle Boy, he's got his whole family out there, and Marco Stunt gets ejected early, real early, which I guess leads the Good Brothers to get ejected also. Also Don Callis, and I'm assuming Luchasaurus gets ejected.
Yeah,
but
he did.
It's good because then Don Callis gets to do color commentary for us. Gets to put good old JR in his place.
Potato.
And this match is fast start, way too fast to call. Jungle Boy's clearly got something to prove here.
He's not giving in to the psychological war games that Kenny Omega is. You know, I can't blame him. Like, Jungle Boy has great hair and wanted to compliment Jungle Boy just by touching it in the corner there. It was just some great mind games. I like touching hair too.
Happy Pride Week, guys. All right, and then there's a V-trigger into a Snapdragon suplex. He's going in for that one-winged angel, but it gets reversed into a reverse Hurricanrana by Jungle Boy. I love seeing the reverse Hurricanrana, Jay.
It always looks impressive. Jungle Boy is just like a fantastic dude to be able to pull that off, man.
And then Kenny Omega, not to be deterred, V-triggers Jungle Boy multiple times in the head.
Trying to bring him out into the regular country, into Concussion City, man.
That's right. But then one V-trigger too many. Jungle Boy is able to kind of catch the knee, roll through into that snare trap submission maneuver. But then outside is just chaos. Like Good Brothers and Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, they're all, I think Kazarian runs in. Like
Hank
it's all
Kazarian.
outside the ring, Hank Kazarian, yep. And so that enables Omega to get to the rope while that chaos is happening. And then they're going back and forth. It's another snare trap. But then Kenny gets out and he's going for another one-winged angel. Is he able to hit the one-winged angel this time?
Oh man, it's like nobody gets out of the one-winged angel, man.
And
Nobody.
Jungle Boy was
And
no
Jungle
exception.
Boy was no exception. Jungle
One,
Boy is
2,
super resilient, but the 1, 2, and 3, like Dave is counting,
I can count to 3
he
people.
can count to 3 because the V trigger happened.
I got my World Rock
Or not
this
the
morning,
V-trigger,
but
but,
I
the
can still
one
count to 3.
He can count till 3, and Kenny Omega can do one winged angels.
And he does, and he gets the win. We still have our awesome champion. And after the match, what happens here? Kenny's lining up for that title shot. Like, Jungle Boy's not getting up, but if he does, he's getting smoked in the head of that title. But Christian Cage is there to make the save. However, Christian is attacked by Matt Hardy and Matt Hardy's guys. And then
Private Party.
the Bucks come in and give a super kick party to Christian. And then
Good job.
Matt Hardy hits the twist of fate on Christian. And then there's a Bullet Club post-match celebration. Jay had a good point. What the F is Matt Hardy doing there?
I was actually hoping he would just, like, the Young Bucks would, like, be so healed.
Didn't happen.
So healed that they would have kicked that bastard in the face.
Well, there it is right here.
Bam!